Men, speak to her like this. Men are constantly trying to figure out what women want, but the answer could be surprisingly simple. In a survey of over 64,000 women, what was the number one thing women desired in a man? Not money, not height, not macho muscles. It was kindness, followed shortly after by supportiveness, intelligence, education, and confidence. Complimenting a woman is one of the easiest ways to start a conversation. You're showing her that she stands out to you, and you notice something you like about her. But genuine flattery comes when you go for unique compliments beyond the bland, "You are so pretty," or "I like your hair." If you want to be memorable, try a compliment with a little more depth. Just make sure it's genuine and relevant to her. At the very least, she will remember you. At best, she will continue the conversation or even ask for your number. While she may hear "you're beautiful" regularly, guys don't give these types of thoughtful compliments every day. Keep in mind that kindness isn't all about words. It should also combine with action. Most girls dream of waking up to a thoughtful, sweet text message from a guy they like. This sets the tone for a great day, and as a bonus, also means that you'll be on their mind. Using emojis in text messages helps portray when you're joking and being flirty. Some guys seem effortlessly suave with women. They know the right gestures, compliments, and questions to make her swoon over him. Others feel impossibly shy or anxious every time they try to approach a girl. Maybe their palms get sweaty, they feel awkward, or they stumble over their words. If this is you, don't worry. While it may seem cliche, asking a woman how she's doing is a great conversation starter in public scenarios. It's low pressure and quickly opens the door for introductions. Sometimes formality isn't a bad thing. Introduce yourself with the classic, "I'm Rob, nice to meet you." Keep introductions simple and personalized. Talking to women is a skill, just like riding a bike or working on cars. Once you acquire the tools of the trade and start practicing, it can become second nature. If you're wondering how to make conversation with a girl so she'll like you and maybe go on a date with you, here are some actionable items. Stay till the end of this video. We don't need massive research to know that confidence is ridiculously sexy. Nonetheless, time has proved that women prefer confident men and find them more desirable as romantic partners. But how do you build confidence from thin air? You don't. It takes time and self-work. However, there are some things you can fake it till you make it. If you want to be more confident as you approach a woman, try these out. While you may think it's just good looks that will win over ladies, women are almost always more impressed by charm and wit. Good looks and confidence may attract her initially, but the dating game is about conversation and personality. So, you've analyzed a woman's body language, approached her, and asked her name. Now what? Avoid the boring, "Where are you from? What do you do?" and use an intriguing conversation starter to get things flowing. Once you're done with conversation starters, continue that development and dive into this ultimate toolbox on self-improvement. Don't be that guy who spends a whole date going on and on about himself. A conversation with a girl should be a mutual exchange, not a sales pitch of why you're so great. When a woman gets to talk about herself, it lights up the same parts of her brain as food, drugs, and sex. Give her a dopamine rush and show that you're curious about her passions and interests. Hype yourself up. Positive internal dialogue is closely associated with higher self-esteem. Right before you try to talk to a girl, internally tell yourself some positive affirmations like, "I've got this," "I am charming and interesting," or "I'm unique and interesting to talk to." Walk like a winner. Stand up tall and never make yourself look small. Walk with a purpose as you approach a woman. Talk with a purpose. Vocal inflection drastically affects how women perceive you. Most women want to converse with a man who seems solid in his self-worth and knows his reason for being there. Avoid whispering quietly or having a high-pitched, nervous tone. Instead, speak to her with conviction by using a lower voice that's still within your appropriate vocal range. Speaking from your diaphragm, maintaining a moderate volume. Say, don't ask. Try to avoid using the question inflection accidentally on a statement. So make your approach direct. Read her body language to see if she's interested. If you don't know how to read a woman's nonverbal signs, you could be dooming yourself to rejection from the very start. While women aren't always known for being transparent with their words, the dreaded mixed signals, they tend to be much more apparent with their body language. At the very least, they will tell you if they're uninterested. Make intentional eye contact. Speaking of eye contact, it's an essential part of the dating game. Eyes are the windows to the soul, and interested women enjoy your eyes on them. Why else would they put so much effort into their hair, makeup, and outfit? So what's the trick to avoiding creepy eye contact? And are they instead exchanging a sexy gaze? Slowly exchange an initial glance. Avoid darting your eyes toward or away, and don't stare for longer than 5 seconds. Don't stare at her breasts or body. Look her in the eye. If you lock eyes, hold her gaze for 3 to 5 seconds and then slowly look away. Don't forget to blink normally. Maintain eye contact for about 50% of the time while talking and 75% of the time while listening. Girls like to be looked at and will typically return your gaze if interested in you. But if she looks uncomfortable or uninterested, steer clear. Back in the day, it was commonplace for men to open doors, help women carry things, or offer their jackets when their lady was cold. However, in this day and age, these simple gestures can set you apart. A genuinely good guy will do these things for women, young or old, attractive or not, regardless of their interests. After all, chivalry is about being a gentleman. But the secret to turning a chivalrous act into a conversation is following up with a question or conversation starter. Expansive body language is a crucial signal of confidence, poise, and dominance. Psychologists have found that women are more attracted to the perceived openness of expansive posture. In other words, when your body language displays that you are open and specific rather than hiding something or appearing uncomfortable, ladies are more likely to find you romantically appealing. Guys notice women's hair, smile, and body all the time, but what about the subtle details? Everything a woman wears or carries is an expression of who she is. When you notice a minor point and ask about it, you can easily thread the conversation into deeper topics. Avoid mentioning anything that might make her feel insecure or uncomfortable. For example, don't point out a scar or facial blemish. And don't mention her bra strap subtly showing beneath her tank top. Most importantly, don't say anything that could be perceived as insulting or a backhanded compliment. Numerous studies have found that women are more attracted to guys who can make them laugh. Cracking a joke lightens the mood and shows your quirky sense of humor. Think of some clever one-liners or charm her with some spur-of-the-moment witty banter. Just be sure you avoid anything offensive or controversial. While some guys are natural-born comedians, there are quite a few ways you can learn how to be funny. Speaking of humor, pickup lines are some of the oldest tricks in the book. When used correctly, they show that you don't take yourself too seriously and are not afraid to be silly. Context and reading her cues are vital to making this tactic work. Studies show that the more physically attractive a woman is, the more likely she is to desire a more intelligent man. Once you warm up to each other, try bringing up intriguing discussion topics. Who doesn't like to share their opinion? You can ask a woman for her suggestion in just about any scenario, then build off her answer for a deeper conversation. Demonstrate that you're not only into her for the physical by complimenting her mind, intellect, creativity, perspective, and speech. Remember that these may be a little weird to say to a stranger. This approach works best for continuing a conversation with a woman you're already slightly acquainted with at work, school, or a social group. Women value a man who listens to what she has to say. Show that you were paying attention during the last time you talked. Reference an inside joke, a topic, or something she said that she was interested in. Send a photo of something that reminds you of her. This is a very thoughtful way to express interest in a woman without showering her with gifts or compliments all the time. When you're out and about, notice when you come across something that this girl likes. Ask more about her. Get past the small talk and simply dive into more questions about her. Show that you want to know more about her life and her interests. If you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up.